This week, we will examine the situation of 5 pro-monarchy political prisoners held in the prisons of the Islamic Republic. Shakila Monfared, 30 years old, an activist who is also a monarch supporter, first arrested in summer 2016 by revolutionary security forces. 3 weeks later, she was released on bail from Karchak prison. On 20th of September same year, she was sentenced to 5 years suspended imprisonment by Revolutionary Court in Tehran. Shakila Monfared again was arrested after leaving her home on 31st of August 2020. After going through several stages of interrogation by security forces, she was released on 400 million tomans, approximately 67,000 euros, bail from Evin prison on temporary basis. On 20th of January 2021, after her trial in the branch number 26 of the Revolutionary Court of Tehran, Shakila was transferred to Evin prison. Later, Shakila was sentenced to 6 years custodial imprisonment and 4 months forced labor in Revolutionary Agriculture Institution. She was accused of advertising against the regime and insult to the Islamic sacred. In appeal court, her sentence was reduced to 4 years and 2 months custodial imprisonment. On the 2nd of May 2021, Shakila was moved to Karchak prison from Evin. On 27th of June 2021, she was attacked and hit severely by criminal prisoners. In her time in Karchak prison, Shakila faced more and new allegations, such as membership in several anti-regime groups and also being involved in publishing information about what the regime and its connected forces did. Although the court said the information given by Shakila was pure lies, Shakila was charged to 2 more years suspended imprisonment and 10 million toman cash payment bail.
من شکیلا منفرد زندانی سیاسی محبوس در زندان زنان شهرداری امنیت جانی ندارم و این موضوع رو بارها با مسئولین زندان در میان گذاشتم.
On 20th of July 2022, the activist and monarch supporter Shakila, along with other political prisoners, were moved back to Evin with no previous notice. In October 2022, Shakila Monfared's file with Revolutionary Court followed by further allegations. The headquarters of prisons in Tehran province sued Shakila for disturbance in public order in prison and illegal gathering and collusion against the regime and insulting authorities and disobedience and insulting prison's authorities. Shakila became severely sick in December 2022, resulted in dangerously low blood pressure. While being so sick, she was attacked and hit by 2 of the revolutionary security forces and her left arm broke when she was beaten up. Shakila in February 2022, when having a phone call with her family, told them she was sentenced to 10 years custodial imprisonment. Her brother Ashkan also confirmed 5 years of her suspended imprisonment was put in force. Shakila went under medical operation due to issues with her liver on the August of 2023 in Talagani Hospital. Later, she was released on 1 billion toman bail. Despite the requirements for ongoing medical leave, Shakila Monfared was brought back to Evin prison on August 10, 2023.
ریاست زندان دادستان تهران و مدیر کل زندان‌های استان تهران میباشد. تاریخ این گوش برای روز شنبه
Fatemeh Sepehri, one of those who signed the statement of transition from Islamic Republic and the statement requiring resignation of Ali Khamenei, was arrested for the first time on 31st of August 2019 by revolutionary forces. Later, she was sentenced to 6 years custodial jail for several charges, such as attempted to form many groups and communities to put pressure on Ali Khamenei to resign, insult to leader of the Islamic regime, and activities against Islamic Republic. The activist was also a monarch supporter after her custodial jail sentence was changed to suspended jail and beaten up with a whip. Was released on the 4th of February 2020 from Vakil Abad prison in Mashhad city. Fatemeh Sepehri again was arrested by revolutionary security forces from her home in Mashhad city on the 10th of October 2021 during national uprising in Iran and was sent to Vakil Abad prison in Mashhad. The activist and monarch supporter was sentenced to 18 years custodial jail for several charges such as advertising against Islamic regime, cooperation with government of those countries that Islamic regime calls them enemies, insult to Khomeini and Khamenei, and to arrange for gatherings against public order. Later during the appeal court, her sentence was reduced to 10 years jail. Fatemeh Sepehri was also accused to publishing information against Islamic regime on social media that resulted in public stress and also being interviewed with foreign press and news agencies. On the 30th April 2023, for the third time in the same calendar year, she went under surgical operation because of a tumor in her left arm. On the 8th of May 2023, although she was still very sick and needed to remain in hospital to recover, she was moved back to Vakil Abad prison despite being physically extremely weak. Fatemeh Sepehri, since after the operation, has been suffering from complex regional pain syndrome while being deprived from having access to medical treatments.
آقای خامنه‌ای چرا اینقدر شتاب داری برای کشتن جوانای
Manucher Bakhtiari, the father of Puya Bakhtiari, who became one of the heroes during the uprising in 2018, is an activist and monarch supporter. He was arrested for the first time on 24th of December 2019 by revolutionary forces. Later, on the 15th of January 2020, he was released from Rajai Shahr prison. The activist was arrested again on 13th of July 2020 at the airport when returning from Kish Island. Later, on the 6th of December 2020, he was released on bail. Manucher Bakhtiari again was arrested in Isfahan on 7th of April 2021, along with other families of those who were killed during the uprising in November 2019 by security forces of the Islamic regime, and a day later he was released. Manucher was arrested again on 30th of April 2021 and was attacked and beaten up by revolutionary security forces in his own home and then arrested and sent to central prison in Karat city. In August 2021, he was sentenced to 3.5 years custodial jail, 2 years exile in Bandar Abbas, and being banned from leaving the country for being accused for gathering and collusion against public order and advertising against Islamic Republic regime of Iran. On the 9th of July 2022, when Manucher was in serious physical condition, he was attacked and beaten by security forces in central prison in Karaj and was severely injured. He was then transferred to Chubindan prison in Qazvin. While serving his sentence in Chubindan prison, Manucher faced a new allegation, which was insult to the leader of Islamic regime. In July 2023, Manucher was accused of advertising against regime. This new file has been referred to branch number 8 of Revolutionary Court of Qazvin. Manucher is currently suffering from several illnesses and urgently needs medical treatments and surgical operation. However, he is banned from having access to any of the above while in Chubindan prison in Qazvin. Reza Mohammad Hosseini, the activist and monarch supporter, was arrested first in April 2019 by revolutionary army called Sepah in Tehran and was sent to Evin prison. The activist and monarch supporter was charged for illegally exit and entry from and to the country, gathering and collusion against the regime, insult to leader and disobedience to security forces order. He was sentenced to 16.5 years imprisonment. in appeal court forcing article of Law 134 of Islamic punishment law, 7 years of 16.5 years imprisonment sentence was put in force. Reza Mohammad Hosseini was moved from Evin to Rajai Shah prison in Karaj without previous notice on 10th of August 2020. The political prisoner faced a new charge based on a complaint filed by the head of the Revolutionary Security Forces of Evin prison against him. He was charged to receive 50 whips because of insult to a security force on duty. On 10th of November 2020, when he was going to a court for his trial, he was hit severely multiple times by security forces because of disobedience to security forces to wear prisoner's uniform, handcuff and chain on his feet. He was released from Rajai Shah prison on 6th of February 2023. Reza was arrested again on the 1st of May 2023 by revolutionary security forces while he was beaten up and severely injured. He was sent to Sarallah station of revolutionary forces. On the 2nd of May, after going through different stages of interrogations, he was moved to Evin prison. Reza is still in Evin prison for being accused of having communication with press and news agencies, those that Islamic regime says they are looking to get rid of the regime and are against public order, advertising against the regime and gathering in collusion against the regime with no trial. He has also been banned from having visitors and phone call contact with his family due to Hedayat Farzadi, the head of the prison order.
یا همان جمهوری اسلامی زندگی را به گونه‌ای تجربه کردیم که زبان در بیان آن چه
Samaneh Noruz Moradi, an activist and monarch supporter, was arrested for the first time in October 2018 because of being an admin of a Telegram account that was campaigning for returning Prince Reza Pahlavi, writing slogans on the walls and the streets and attending groups of protesters. She was released 2 weeks later. Then she was sentenced to 8 years custodial imprisonment by Revolutionary Court, Branch 26, and charged for gathering and collusion against regime and public security order, according to the regime, advertising against the regime, and insulting the founder of Islamic Republic Khomeini and the leader Khamenei. Because of surrender and accepting the charges, her sentence was reduced to 3.5 years custodial jail. Samaneh was called to attend Shahid Muqaddas court on 25th of April 2019. She was arrested and sent to women's section in Evin prison to serve her sentence. Samaneh, on 20th May 2020, because of publishing a video to support Prince Reza Pahlavi, thanking Princess Yasemin Pahlavi and shouting slogans against the regime in prison, she was faced a new allegation, advertising against the regime, and was sentenced to additional 15-month custodial imprisonment. The activist and the monarch supporter on 10th of November 2020, when she was in serious physical condition and being very ill, was transferred to women prison in Rudsar and then to Lakan prison in Rasht, instead of being taken to hospital to receive medical treatments. After suspension of her sentence, Samaneh was released from Lakan prison in Rasht on 6th of April 2021. Samaneh was arrested again in her home in the west of Tehran on 25th of April 2023 by revolutionary security forces, and on the 6th of May 2023 was sent to women's section in Evin prison. The activist was charged for managing a Telegram account that was campaigning for returning Prince Reza Pahlavi and advertising against the regime. Samaneh is now suffering from systemic lupus erythematosus, breast cancer, diabetes and fibromyalgia while in women's section of Yemen prison, and has been banned from having access to medical treatments. She is very ill and is in serious physical condition. She is also suffering from extreme joint pain. She is now taken to hospital and all she receives is painkillers.